start. So we need to understand another important topics they're asking. What is the difference between URI, URLs, URLs? These are the three things they're asking. So we need to understand very well on this. So what is meant by URI? URI is a uniform resource identifier. It's a sequence of characters that identifies the web service by location or by name or by both you can use in the World Wide Web. So it is a method that allows for uniform identification of the resources. And basically there are two types of URIs. Uniform resource names, uniform resource locators. Okay. So example here is the URN colon ISBN 0452127776 4111133. So then you can call this one and find out what, right? So I think we have seen this mail to hey domain, something like that. So otherwise you will have a proper right, like ramesh@gmail.com. But this one will be like this. Comp. So this is another type of URL. URN, OSS, times, specification, talkbook. So these are the different types of URNs. And yeah. So what is URL? So URL short form is a uniform resource locator. Again, it's a sequence of characters that identifies the network location of a resource. So if you want to identify a resource, so URLs can help. So now locating that resource by describing its primary access location. So basically URL stands for so uniform resource locator. So this is how URLs. You know, right? The URLs will be always starts with HTTP protocol. So HTTP protocol you can use. So this is the best described diagram. See, the URL is part of URI. So URI, so inside URL will be there. And this is the question many times asked in this one also. URI is a resource identifier. Resource means like anything, like, creating an account, deleting an account, updating an account. Okay, account here is the resource. So URL is the resource locator, like in the address bar you will see, right? That's a URL. So superset of URL. URI is the superset of URL. And this is one of the type of URI. The URL is one of the type of URI. So URI often utilizes in XML and tag library files such as JSTL, XSLT to identify resources and binaries. URLs mainly used to find the web pages, right? To open the pages. The URI main purpose is to identify a resource and differentiate it from other resources, either by using a location, name, or both. And the primary goal of URL is so to get the address or location of a resource. The scheme can be anything from protocol to designation and specification. The scheme is usually a protocol such as HTTPS. HTTPS or HTTP, FTP, LDAP, any of these protocols. So what is a resource? A resource is a physical or virtual component which supports, extends, or represents a system, basically. That's the resource. So consider a real-time example of a motorbike. Wheels, brakes, headlight, fuel tank, etc. all are resources of a motorbike. So all resources have a names like location, identifier. So these names will be there for every resource. So we can take another example like Google Maps, Google News, all this. So slash maps in the last of base URL, like this. So that is called a resource, maps resource. So you can try same with a slash news. So Google will launch Google News. So that's the slash news means. Then HTTP verb methods. What are all the HTTP verb methods? So we have a get to, put to, delete, post. So what is get? So it is telling get. So get the information of the resource. It defines a reading access for resource without any side effects. How many times you access get call? Nothing will happen. Same will be returned to you. So there is no state change here. So that's why get is a idempotent method. What is mean by idempotent? So if you send a multiple successful request, that won't change the state of the resource. So after initial application, it doesn't change. That's the idempotent means. Put, generally used for updating resources. PUT, you for update, like that at least remember. Get, you're getting the data. So you're fetching the data. Means for update. Post is for creating a new resource. It's not a idempotent method. Get to, put to, delete are idempotent methods. Delete means it removes the resource. So the operations are idempotent. So that's the very important get to, put to, delete to, post. Get for getting the data from the server. Put for updating a particular resource. Delete a particular resource. And post, you can create a new resource or you can create an account. It can be any kind of actions you can perform. A post is not an idempotent method. And those are very important, this interview point of anything, these things. See, I have given some examples. Delete method, so basically delete the data or resource from the server. So deleting any file, deleting photos. So that's the example for delete API they are using. Put method. So put method is basically updating. You're updating something already on the existing resource. See that? Updating an address, changing a name, renaming files, and so on. That's a put method. Get method, you can get the data from the server. So there is no changes in the state of the object or resource. Post method. So this method performs the changes to the server. So basically always create the resources in the server, right? So the post is going to create a new resource or a new account or new images, whatever it is. Anything new you want to post, you will use a post method. So you can use, so for tweeting purpose, you can use tweet or submitting the form and so on. Post is not any important. Get to, put to, delete. These are the idempotent methods. You can see this. Some of the examples here I want to just give highlight. Post method /API/inventory item. So they will create like inventory item method function. And see the payload, you know it will create with this endpoint URL, it will create the payload and new resources will be created. So so basically this inventory item details it will get for you. Put, it will update this ID related information. That's a put will update. Delete, it will delete the resource from the server. Post, we have seen already. Get, it will get the information. So from the server. Okay, another important interview question. What is the difference between path parameters and query parameters? And provide an example. So basically path parameters and query parameters, both are used to pass the data in the URL. So API is, you need to pass some data, you can pass through the path parameters or query parameters. So what is meant by path parameters? Basically, they are going to use to identify a specific resource within a collection of resources. Example, in a RESTful API, you might use a path parameter to specify the unique identifier of a user, like user's /ID, where ID is a path parameter. So this is the very important. You can see /users/ID. So in the endpoint URL, you will get where ID is the path parameter. So query parameters means you will get a question mark after something, the key value pair format again. So these are also used to provide additional information to filter the results of any resource. So for example, if you see in a RESTful API, you might use a query parameter to specify the number of results to return, like /users limit equal to 10. So this question mark after whatever you find like this is called a query parameter. Limit is the query parameter. Path parameter is /users/ID. Post ID. So you want to comments. See this on this ID, you want to post a comment. So query parameter. So you query the limit of 10 results only. So like this, or 10 users only you limit. So post question mark category news, sort descending order. So return the list of posts sorted in descending order by category news. So like this, these are the Twitter. So, but here the query parameter is this one, category and sort. Both are query parameters. The path parameters, the curly bracket inside whatever is, that's a path. So that's it. And the common testing types you will perform is functional testing, performance testing, security testing. These are the main three things you will perform. Okay. Penetration testing, fuzz testing, but so we'll discuss them later. But mainly functional, load testing, and security testing. So these are the things only will. So what you will check when you are testing with APIs? So accuracy of data you will check, schema validation, correct structure is there or not you will check. And main thing is status codes you will check. So data type, validations, order and completeness, authorization, correct or not you will check. Implementation of response timeout, error codes in case API returns, no functional testing like performance and security. But these are the non-functional testings also you can do, and functional testings also you can do. These are all things you will check while during the API testing. Okay. So, but what are the major challenges you will face while API testing? Like mainly data preparation, like that's a parameter selection, parameter combination, call sequencing, which one you want to call first, and output verification and validation. So another important challenge is providing the input values, as I mentioned, data preparation. Because GUI won't be available. So you will have to use APIs and their structure, schema you need to see. Based on the schema, you have to prepare the data. So that's all about major challenges. And we'll see tomorrow the rest of the things. A little bit theory, then we can go quickly to Postman, how to use this Postman. Okay.
Okay, Ramesh.
Thank you.
Thank you.